then all of a sudden, we were chatting, and then she happened to see, I don't know, oh yeah, he went to go up. Hey, what are you doing here, Colin? Have you been in here? Just come in. What do you want? Nothing. Well, hop it. And when he left the shop, I couldn't tell her at the time he was stealing the biscuits. I just couldn't. When he left the shop, he was riding up and down the village on a bicycle. And it belonged to the doctor, the local doctor. He went to visit a patient. And he was standing at the top. Get down at that, Colin. I'll tell your father. You're going to be locked up. And he'd go round by the doctor, push around. And in the end, this was going on when I left the shop. And I said, Colin, I want to talk to you. Then he got down at the bike. And I said, the pockets were bulging. I said, what have you got in your pockets? Nothing. I said, look. And I put my hand. I said, what's this? And with that, the doctor was walking. You little brat. You're going to suffer for this. You won't get out of your house for a week, and I'll make sure of it. And when I told him about the biscuits, he said, you won't tell on me. Well, I said, this time I'll let you up, but never do that again, because you're going to be in big trouble. I said, if the doctor tells your dad about this, oh, he won't tell me, I've done it before. He knew he was getting away with it. I said, well, don't forget now, don't ever do it again, because you'll be in big trouble. And all your friends in school will know about it, you know. And they used to come down to my house, Colin, and he had a twin there at the time. And he came down, and he had the dad's cap, because they used to wear the pink cap, still do, I think, over there. And he had the pink cap. And they said the dad had to come down on his bike, because they knew where they were, you know. They both came down, and I could never know one from the other. When they were young, they were so much alike. But of course, as they grew up, they changed. And I said to Colin, now would you, what was the brother's name? I can't remember now. It doesn't matter. I can never know one from the other. Oh, he's the gappy one. And I said, you mean you're the gappy one? No, not me, I'm always quiet. I said, he hasn't said much since he came in here, did he? Oh no, he's shy. Then the father had to come down for the cap. Have you met the Lightons? He was a policeman. Oh, yeah. You did, you met them. Well, that was another case. He had 2 boys and a girl, was it? Yeah. And they used to come and stay in my house when they go out for an evening, you know, they might go to see the pictures or somewhere. And I used to let them stay in my house. And I remember once, his name was Dominic, the boy. I heard them giggling in the bedroom. I looked in, and he had the pillows, shaking the pillows, and all the feathers flying around the room. It was shocking. I used to love having them, though, even though they were work. And one evening he had a pain in his tummy, and do you know what my dad gave him? He said to me, put the kettle on. Well, in them days we had the crooks, they used to call it, and hang the kettle for the boil. And he got a spoonful of whiskey, a little teaspoonful of whiskey, put it in the boiling water with sugar. And he was only about 6 or 7, I mean, they were going to school. but it cured him. I couldn't believe it. And I was worried stiff, and I didn't want to go up, you know, because in the house, Lydon had a son himself, another son, and he was the eldest, and of course he didn't want to come down. He never used to bother. He could look after himself. And I thought, should I go up and tell him? But no, when after my diet, I thought, I'll wait and see. Listen, I'm fast asleep with a tiny little drop of whiskey. I don't know what my dad thought of it. My dad used to like it, but very seldom you'd ever see him drunk. If he was drunk, you'd know it. He had a drink one night with a couple of the Garda, and it was coming up on Christmas time. And I remember they brought him in. Straight away he came into the bedroom, got on his knees and said the rosary, never asked me to join him or anything. And they sat down chatting to me, you know. And then all of a sudden they said, "Pop in." So they helped him into bed. Said, he's all right now, he's asleep. But he never forgot to get on his knees. He was very religious. Yeah. And they said, he'd be all right. Because I was young at the time, you know. Well, old enough, I know, I was going to the dances. There were the days. To think now, I came over here, and I was English now, as I'm Irish. When you think about it. And I met a lot of friends, you know.
Susan.
Lovely.
That's nice.
Happy birthday, Granny.
Thank you. That's lovely. Who's this from, Jamie? Do you know? Oh, they're
Maybe.
beautiful.
From Mum. Oh, that's lovely.
Dear Mum, have a lovely birthday. That's so lovely.
Driving around in Bromley.
And Stephen.
And have a lovely birthday,
I
driving.
know, so Steve.
Yeah.
And she got
Have a
stranded
nice
on a
birthday in
hill
Bromley.
for 2 minutes when I went walking to
Happy
find.
birthday to you.
Because you said turn right, but I think what you were thinking of
The second.
when you go there, yeah, I know what you mean now. Sorry, we got confused. That's where I got confused. Oh, that's nice.
Wrote it to his bishop friend.
Oh, that's That's film now.
I'm filming, and you all look a bit.
Down again.
But then they will kind of take a photo. You'll take a photo, won't you? After it?
in a minute. I can move it in a minute.
Going to move from right to left is the only bit of. Okay, I'm going to put it on hold.
Yeah.
Because then.
To change it.